let me touch on some of those.
They'll be calling you a radical.
Kevin Blanche here. I'm at the Bernie Sanders rally. I'll be asking you about Fukushima.
Campaign finance system, which is undermining American democracy. Now, democracy is not a complicated process. What democracy means is that you have one vote, you have one vote, you have one vote. You can vote for me, you can vote against me, you got one vote. What democracy does not mean is that billionaires should be able to buy elections. That's not democracy does not mean that the Koch brothers and a handful of other billionaires can spend $900 million on this campaign cycle to elect candidates who represent the rich and the powerful. When you have a handful of billionaires spending more money in an election than either the Democratic or Republican parties, that is not democracy, that is oligarchy, and we are not going to allow it. Here's the truth. Truth is that in America we have one of the lowest voter turnout rates of almost any major country on earth. And yet you have Republican governors and legislatures all over this country who are trying to suppress the vote. We should be making it easier for people to participate in the political process. And I say to those Republican governors, if you don't have the guts to participate in a free and fair election, get out of politics, get another job. We are going to move to the day when anybody and everybody 18 years of age or older who is a citizen of this country has the right to vote. End of discussion.
What about Fukushima, Bernie?
It's not just a corrupt campaign finance system that we have to address. We have to address the reality of a rigged economy. Let me tell you what a rigged economy is about. A rigged economy is about the top 1/10 of 1% now owning almost more wealth than the bottom 90%.
99.
It is about the 20 wealthiest Americans owning more wealth than the bottom half of America, 150 million people. And this is also what a rigged economy is about. It is about one family, the Walton family of Walmart.
I'll time it. I'll get it. We'll time it.
Owning more wealth than the bottom 40%. But here is what's going on with the Walton family. They pay the workers at Walmart wages that are so low, benefits that are so minimal, that many of their employees have to go on Medicaid, food stamps, and subsidized housing.
Here they just paid cash.
What a rigged economy is about is that the middle class pays taxes to subsidize Walmart's operations. So I say to the Walton family, the wealthiest family in America, get off of welfare, pay your workers a living. understanding that while, yes, we are a lot better today economically than we were 7 years ago when President Bush left office. Thank you, President Obama. The truth is that for the last 30 years, the middle class of this country has been disappearing.
That's right.
And that's a truth we have to deal with. Today, in my state of Vermont, and I'm sure here in Utah, you got folks who are working not one job, but 2 jobs and 3 jobs.
Yeah! Yes! Absolutely!
You have mom out working, you got dad out working, you got the kids out working. In fact, in America, we work the longest hours of any people in the industrialized world. Japanese are very hard workers. We work longer hours than the Japanese. But despite all of that labor, today, 58% of all new income, 58% goes to the top 1%. That's a rigged economy. But it's not just a corrupt campaign finance system and a rigged economy that we have got to deal with. We have got to deal with a broken criminal justice system. And again, we don't talk about it too often, but we've got to put it on the table. In America today, we have more people in jail than any other country on earth. Think about it. Think about the fact that China, communist authoritarian country, 4 times our size, we have more people in jail than China. 2.2 million people, spending $80 billion a year to lock up fellow Americans. That is a disgrace.
Jail the killer cops.
One of the reasons that we have so many people in jail is that youth unemployment in this country is sky high. For white kids between 17 and 20, real youth unemployment is 33%. For Latino kids, 36%. For African American kids, 51%. You want a radical idea?
Yes!
We're going to invest in education and jobs for our young people. Not jails and incarceration. Now, I have been a mayor for 8 years, and I work with police throughout my state and throughout this country. And the truth is, the vast majority of police officers are hardworking, honest, and are doing a very difficult job. But you are tired, and I am tired of seeing videos of unarmed people being shot.
Jail the killer cops.
Whether it is Abu Muhammad or anybody else. What we need to do is to make sure that if a police officer, like any other public official, breaks the law, that officer is held accountable.
That's right. Jail the killer cops.
We need to demilitarize local police departments.
Yes.
We need to make police departments look like the diversity of the communities they serve. We need to fundamentally rethink the so-called war on drugs. Over the last 30 years, millions of Americans have received police records because of possession of marijuana. Federal Controlled Substance Act lists marijuana as a Schedule 1 drug alongside of heroin. Now, there are scientists who argue the pluses and minuses of marijuana, but nobody thinks marijuana is the equivalent of heroin.